approved Jocelyn Sersha for special education last month. We're recommending Marnell Fortner for her. And Sarah Wood has been part of our professional staff part of this year. We held off on mentoring Sarah because we want to start her at the beginning of the year. We used to start mentors partway through and then end them partway through a year, and it doesn't work as well as just starting fresh in September and going. So Sarah can use her mentor, Lisa Hughes, in that capacity. It will also allow her to do the requirements that they both will have to do to get their instructional 2 certificates. So those are the mentors. I, as district physicians, recommend that the Board of Education appoint Doctors Frank Morrow and Nathan Grechek as the district physicians for the 15-16 school year. Duties as defined per school code and policy. And the duties are mandated physicals for grades kindergarten 6 and 11, sports physicals at 20 per physical for the 15-16 school year, and then physician coverage for home football games, which we do as well. And this is a change for us. And there's no cost differential between last year and this year. And the 2 physicians are going to kind of split as they can. It's my understanding they practice together. So I believe that we're going to split there.
In regards to this also, that there are 2 active physicians that are up to date and speed on everything. And the woman we had before was retired. So this is a good thing.
Do we have the cost for their coverage for the home football games?
It's $100 a game.
Is this for varsity or is that for freshmen?
Only varsity.
Only varsity.
Yeah.
I don't know if they were doing DB and freshman. Expensive.
We still have the EMS there. The EMS in every home football game. I'm a freshman. GUs.
But it's not 2, it's only 1.
They can pick.
It'll be either one
Either
of
one,
them, but
yeah.
it'll just be one.
Quite frankly, I would be surprised if they both came anyway.
Yeah,
But
probably.
I don't know if you know Dr. Morrow, but he's a resident of South Canaan. I believe he's in South Canaan, up the road here. And he's a Western High School taxpayer. And he's a great guy. And he'll do a good job.
Jay's a volunteer, Carl Rose for junior high softball. And then 35 is informational, some PSSA dates for science. The prom is May 2nd, that's Saturday at Lador. The other thing I want to mention about Saturday, May 2nd, is there was an article in the paper. There's a countywide emergency drill. It's going to be held at Holmesdale High School. So essentially, 4 organizations are coming together Saturday to, well, 5 organizations really, to try to test some procedures and things out in terms of emergency management. So it's Wallenpaupack, Wayne Highlands, Western Wayne, Wayne Memorial, and all the local EMS folks. And the scenario that they're going to enact is that there is a wrestling tournament at Holmesdale High School Gymnasium, that there's been a bleacher collapse. And we'll stage people at the high school, and we'll stage people at the hospital, and then run the drill and see what that looks like. So that's the scenario that they've laid out.
This is a new state requirement for stuff like this, drills like this, or no?
I don't know if it's a requirement. It's been, since all the safety things have been ramped up in the last 3 years, it's been highly recommended.
Okay.
And we've even done different things, a lot of different things here with drills. In the past, it's been your monthly fire drill, which is required by school
Right.
code, and that's
That
that.
was pretty much it.
We've changed up some drill things here to make sure that people are thinking differently about what could happen. So it's heightened our awareness for sure.
The emergency plan, I think, includes that there's a
Yep.
drill
And
recommended.
we've, this is, I'll be, it's going to be an interesting day. So, AP testing begins Monday, and will run all week into the following week. generally have, I want to say, between 50 and 75 unique test takers, probably 125 tests total, because a lot of kids take multiples. High school spring concert, art show and academic fair, which is excellent, excellent day here, May 9th from 1 to 5. And the concert, I believe, starts at 3. The concert's kind of the culminating piece of that event. The art show and the academic fair are always excellent. Art show will be in the gymnasium, and academic fair will be in the high school cafeteria. Sixth grade band spring concert in the high school auditorium. 7th and 8th grade jazz band concert May 13th. The reading competition is May 14th in the high school and middle school from 3:30 to 9. That's, I think, our 5th or 6th year hosting that. Middle school chorus concert on May 15th. NHS induction ceremony on May 20th. Keystone exams will run May 19th to June 3rd. And our varsity club banquet is May 27th at 6 p.m. at the door. And those other award nights for June are also there. Senior awards night, class day, graduation practice, last day of school set for June 19th, and teacher in service set for June 22nd. One student teacher intern from Marywood, Caitlin Carney, with Matt Fitzsimmons for fall 2015. She's a school counselor. And then, if you look at the last page, just a reminder of some dates. June 3rd and June 8th, on the regular board meeting cycle for June. And a Wednesday and a Monday. And then, as we discussed before, we set a special date for the adoption of the final budget.
Right.
As June 24th. Because we were confident that by June 8th, we won't know what we need to know. We may not by the 24th either, but at that point in time, we don't have a choice. Informational, some meetings held, April 15th, WWESP negotiations. April 22nd was the narrative budget and meeting for general purposes. April 27th was negotiations with WWEA, and April 29th, the board committee meeting here as well. And then that's the agenda. And I think what I'd like to do now, if it's okay, is turn it over to Sad. You guys can get ready.
Ready.
We'll have our presentation. While you're doing that, I'll just say to the board, after they're finished, and it's not long, I have a few off-agenda things that we need to discuss, not many. And then if you want to, while they're getting ready, there's
If you're ready, we'll go
Are
right
you
in.
ready then?
We are ready.
Okay.
Dr. Barrett and Mr. Sheehan asked me to come in and let you know what we're doing for Safe Prom, Safe Graduation, and what's going on. The first thing I did the other day was I contacted, SAD does something called the sticker shock with the local beer distributors, where you place signage in them, you take stickers and they place them on the cases of beer coming out, reminding adults not to, and this is what the sticker actually looks like, and the signage that's in there, that it's against the law to provide alcohol to someone under 21. So our SAD club, and especially Alan at Landmark Beverage, was very willing to help them, and we did that. We have a meeting planned for tomorrow with Sergeant Cavallero is coming in, and our SAD club made a video, and I have Rebecca Solis and Haskell Plumbing here. Rebecca is going to read you our prom pledge that we made up, and after the meeting tomorrow, we have it on the bulletin board, so all the students are going to sign it.
I want my prom night to be a night I'll remember for the rest of my life, surrounded by my best friends and full of music, dancing, and fun. I don't want anything to get in the way of those memories. I promise not to text and drive. I pledge to attend prom with a sober date. I promise not to drink and drive. I encourage my friends to do the same. I will not ride in a car with someone who has been drinking or using other drugs. I want to have a great time at prom. The day after, I want to remember it, all of it. I hereby promise to behave responsibly before, during, and after prom 2015.
So that'll be on, that's already on the bulletin board with a giant key, and all the students are gonna be asked tomorrow to sign that after the meeting. And then we had a group of students put together a video for tomorrow. And the students did this themselves with the help of Mr. O'Hora. Annie Scold edited the whole thing.
Leading causes of teen deaths are drinking and driving.
And texting and driving.
Police text and driver reaction time will increase by 35%. Your steering capability will go down 91%. You are 23 times more likely to get into an accident while texting and driving. Texting while driving is the same as driving blind for 5 seconds at a time.
Alcohol is a factor in nearly half of all off-road crashes. 44.8% of all seniors have consumed alcohol in the last 3 weeks. 78.4% of all seniors have consumed alcohol at some point. With prom graduation approaching,
I pledge to have fun on prom night.
do not let that night of fun be my last. If I am to drink, will not get me by the wheel. If my friends drink,
I will not let them drive. I will not take my eyes off the road.
LOL, through that text.
I want prom and graduation memories that will last forever. Not have any regrets that have hurt my family or friends that I carry with me forever.
I want to be remembered as the girl with the prettiest dress, the cutest name,
The best hair.
the guy with the coolest car,
The cutest couple.
prom king, not the girl or the guy remembered by the car crash, or whose presence can only be felt by a headstone.
When you are intoxicated or texting or driving, you're not only putting your life at risk and the lives of those around you. It only takes one wrong call to
One text, one moment,
that your eyes are not on the plane.
in an instant left you can damage your lost. So this prom and graduation season, out of respect for the lives that are already lost, I promise to protect my own life and the lives of others who have to live for the future.
I will not become another statistic. I pledge to make the prom promise. Will you take the pledge?
And then we'll show at the end of the presentation tomorrow for Sergeant Heller. One last thing, I'm taking a group next Tuesday to Harrisburg. There's 7 juniors and 2 sophomores going to Harrisburg with the American Lung Association for Tobacco-Free Advocacy Day. The Lung Association completely paid for our trip. They're paying for our lunch, paying for everything. We're meeting here at 5 a.m. and going to Harrisburg, and should return by 5, so we should be back by the late buses.
Who's paying? The American Lung Association?
The American Lung Association, yes, they'll be here, they're picking us up, and they have lots of, last year we went to the elementary school and did some tobacco-free education. And then one last thing that Mr. Sheehan and I had talked about for end of the year, and Dr. Barrett liked the idea, was possibly getting the Friends of Rachel and SAD group together to hold a field day with either the 2 5th grades at the football field, bring them both together. SAD is having a dress down day, so we were gonna use the money that we raised for that to be able to bus the students in, pay for the activities, and have a fun day after all their testing is done.
Are you
So we
the
have-
tattoo advisor?
What's that?
Are you the tattoo?
It's SAD, Tattoo, and
Oh, it's all one
Friends of
night?
Rachel, it's all one club.
Okay.
So I do all 3.
I want to thank you for
You're
this.
welcome.
I think that the video in particular is extremely powerful when your classmates get to see you. And that's it's very powerful.
And
And well
amazingly
done.
enough, I
So
think
thank
it
you.
was last Friday, Mr. Sheehan and I talked, and we did this within 3 days.
Yeah, this is awesome. I'd like to also
I'd like to
thank you for your presentation.
maybe put
That's
it on the
outstanding.
website if we could.
Yes.
I think that would be a great idea. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks guys for sticking
Thank you.
around.
Thank you.
Do you want to stay there or?
Thanks, Kathleen.
Let's do that first, then we'll break, have a sandwich and go into executive session. That way these folks can leave and we'll go into executive session. So we only have a couple items on.
And then we have to
Two things. I
Thank you.
I really think it's important that relative to the heating system at Wilson, that project gets on this summer. I really am worried, I'm not worried, but I am worried that we get a heating system with a system that we know at any point in time could just go down. We're going out heating that building.
What's the problem right now that we're not moving forward?
There's no problem.
There's no
We got everything we need.
Okay.
I just wanna, I have a thought. I know how I wanna do it.
Yeah.
I'm here to ask you right now if I can just go and do what I wanna do. We had talked about, we have prices on the burners. We have, everything is done to spec. Boiler manufacturer Smith, HSA Associates gave us all the data and we have a cost, we have everything. One of the things we had considered was just moving to buy one burner and then have it here and then ultimately have it installed. I was talking with Rose today, and I think that it's wise. If we look at the purchase price of 2 burners, it's just north of the bid threshold. I've rethought this. I think that I would like to have the specs from HSA put into a bid specification document. Let's put it out there for 30 days, get bids, and let's have them do them both. Because ultimately, I feel that our intent is to do them both.
Yeah, our intent was.
And we're only gonna realize the operational savings if we do them both.
Yes.
And
So,
yes, I would like to get a bid document together
okay,
for Monday's meeting,
Yeah.
for your review.
yeah.
And I'm gonna
Yeah,
really try to do
so
that.
we can move on.
That puts you on May 4th to June 4th. There's 30 days of advertised, right? We get quotes, we have a bid opening, we do all of that.
We can move on in June.
And we can move on in June,
Right.
and then have the work done in July, August. And we enter September with 2 brand new burners,
Yeah.
and
And the propane, did we get quotes on the?
I have that too.
We have all that.
but I want this first so that we
Yeah.
can get heat.
Okay, well, let's do it.
The burners are dual fuel.
Yep.
Actually,
Well, we
try.
were concerned about getting through this past winter, so
Yeah.
let's do it, let's do both, you know, I think, and look at the prices
Let's get the bid
and
off.
see what we.
In my ignorance of this type of thing, does any of that include air conditioning
No,
for the classrooms?
no.
You know, we just
Well,
can't
we can
afford,
heat 'em.
we can't really afford to go there yet with our finances where they are. And I know they've been asking up there for quite some time, you're right. But I don't think now is the time for air conditioning. I mean, unless Governor Wolfrock comes up with a grant.
Well, we need to think about,
Yeah, you know, yeah,
you
you're
know,
right.
we need to not put it on hold forever.
No, the timing is everything.
Al had mentioned taking a look at it, just as a comparison to this paperwork. This paperwork, there's 2 things for you here. Number one is a proposal from Magelli Printing for advertising, similar to what Ron had proposed back in the late fall, early winter. And then the other thing I printed out was the policy on commercial advertising. And the proposal of the policy jived pretty well. That's a good thing. Now, what I propose we do, because Mr. Agelli has kind of asked us to do this, and I understand, he would like another face-to-face. So I thought, similar to your review of the paperwork for the school code and the other policy on voting for a new board member, I thought we could take a look at this between now and Monday, and then, you know, we could talk about it on Monday, and my recommendation then would be that at the June 3rd work session, that Rob come back and fill in
Detail it
the
out.
details.
Yeah.
Because this proposal, you know, it needs some more detail.
I
Good idea.
I have a
So-
concern, and maybe I can interject it here now, because I've been both ways on this. The fact is that, first of all, if we raise money with banners, the money should go into an athletic fund, if we went that way, to be used for all athletic programs, whatever their needs were. Secondly, this here, the more I think about it, talk to some of our sponsors, they sponsor just about everything in the school. You look at the Waymar Hotel, Ray's, down this way, a lot of the businesses, Don
Sure.
Dulcimer's business, they all help every one of us. So where are we gonna get additional people how many times can we hit them? You know what I'm saying?
That's-
I don't know where we're gonna expand on it, maybe with Ronnie with Adidas or something, but thinking about it, it's gonna, how is it gonna affect everybody? Because everybody gets something from Ray's, and they take care of all of us and our bands, and the way we do it now with our booster clubs, it works real well. It works real well. And everybody goes out and works hard for their own organization, and the money they raise goes back in. For an example, football, when they put fans in, they buy spikes for the kids. They do a lot of extra stuff that the district doesn't have to put in. And I'm sure all the other programs that are out there do stuff like that when they raise money for their programs as booster club parents. And so I don't know if we went here, where would we get the additional
Well, that
business
is,
to put on?
that is a concern with this type of advertising, because exactly what you're saying. We've got the Waymart Building Centers, all of the local small businesses who support 15, 20 programs over the course of a sports season, and who's gonna buy the $3,000 sign? Their competition. So it's like the mom and pop store who's selling you stuff every day and
Yeah.
supporting you all year long, and then
Yeah.
Walmart buys the billboard.
Yeah.
So, there is that mentality to it. So I think we just have to watch that we don't put whatever we do here out of reach of those who support us the most.
Yeah, because
So-
then it's going to affect the
It
programs.
does happen.
Then it's going to affect the
Yeah.
programs that we don't have the money to give them what they need to purchase items. So we're already cutting there in our budget because of our finances. And then they may lose money by us going this the other way. So I have a real big concern
And if you
about
think
going
back-
into this direction at this time. Go on.
Think back 10, 12, 15 years ago when we were offered money for the soda machine business.
Yes, indeed.
All right, so, and this was prior to the sugar craze where, they were getting soda out of the schools, but PepsiCo and Coca-Cola and Canada Dry, or whoever the other one was, RC Cola, that's what it was. They were all ready to offer money to have every vending machine in that school,
Yeah.
every building in your district. And that would have been cash flowing into us, but certainly wasn't in the best interest of the district.
Of the district.
So I think as we evaluate this, what you're saying is very true.
Thank you.
We
Thank you,
could-
because I
we
always
could-
look the other way too, and I'm thinking, well,
Yeah.
this is good, but where are those, especially when they said, the way our school sets back here in the middle, in a rural community, you wouldn't get the 1 second though, okay, but you